For ages, Keanu Reeves has been one of the most beloved figures in Hollywood, thanks to his charm and a ton of unforgettable roles. But now there's some pretty unsettling news that's got fans feeling down. Apparently, Reeves has been banned from Hollywood. What could cause such a drastic change for someone who holds cinema values so dearly? There are a lot of theories swirling around, from secret feuds with powerful moguls to some behind-the-scenes behavior that doesn't usually see the light of day. The rumors are flying, but the facts seem scarce. Maybe this situation is a lot more complicated than most people realize. Check out this video to get the scoop on the real story behind Keanu Reeves' sudden fallout with Hollywood. Keanu's rise to fame. Keanu Reeves' journey to stardom is all about talent, determination, and a knack for taking on all sorts of roles. Born in Beirut and raised in Toronto, he started his acting career in local theater and TV before making his way to Hollywood. His big break came in 1989 when he landed the role of Ted in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, a time travel comedy that quickly became a cult classic. This film showcased his laid-back, boyish charm, and before long, Keanu was a full-fledged star. His portrayal of Ted Theodore Logan was both hilarious and heartwarming, perfectly capturing the vibe of the era. The 90s were a turning point for Reeves as he began to take more creative risks with his roles. In 1991, he starred as Johnny Utah in Point Break, an action-packed flick where he played an up-and-coming FBI agent going undercover with a gang of surfers. The film was a box office hit and proved that Keanu could handle physically demanding roles. He then tackled something completely different in 1992's Bram Stoker's Dracula, playing Jonathan Harker in this new take on the classic Gothic novel. This role demonstrated that he could branch out and take on serious parts beyond his comedic roots, showing the world he was more than just a funny guy. But then came the game-changing role that took his career to a whole new level. Neo in The Matrix, released in 1999. This groundbreaking sci-fi film pushed the boundaries of visual effects and storytelling, and Keanu nailed it as the hacker who becomes humanity's savior. The movie's massive success catapulted him into international superstardom and paved the way for one of the most iconic film franchises ever. The Matrix wasn't just a hit, it became a defining role in his career, solidifying his status as a top-tier actor. However, Keanu did experience some low points in his career along the way. But he made a powerful comeback in 2010 with a whole new project, the action-packed role of John Wick. When John Wick hit theaters in 2014, it kicked off a franchise and reintroduced audiences to Reeves as a retired hitman seeking revenge. This role reminded everyone just how much he could shine in the action genre. With his intense physicality and emotional depth, Keanu proved he could carry a multi-film franchise, solidifying his place in Hollywood once again. Just when it seemed like he was at the peak of his popularity, something surprising began to unfold behind the scenes. Despite being beloved in Hollywood, Keanu suddenly found himself at the center of an unexpected drama. What could possibly turn this cherished on-screen hero into a pariah in just a few days? You might be shocked by the truth. The unexpected turn of events. Now that Keanu Reeves was riding high again, thanks to the John Wick blockbuster franchise, some surprising things began happening behind the scenes. It's no secret that Keanu has a massive fan base and is known for his down-to-earth personality. But whispers started circulating that he was being sidelined within Hollywood. For someone as popular as Keanu, such shifts would definitely raise eyebrows, leaving many fans wondering what went wrong. At a time when his career seemed to be at its peak, rumors of conflicts with industry bigwigs started to surface, hinting at deeper issues beneath the surface. The first signs of trouble reportedly emerged during the filming of a major action movie, where Keanu had a run-in with the producers over how crew members, particularly stunt performers, were being treated. He's known for valuing everyone who works behind the scenes, especially those who give their all during action scenes. Keanu didn't hesitate to speak up about the working conditions on set, which led to clashes with some senior managers, more focused on budgets and tight deadlines. What many fans and colleagues saw as a commendable push for fairness, the studios might have viewed as a troublesome stir. To make matters even more complicated, Keanu started to voice his opinions publicly on issues that contradicted Hollywood's corporate norms. In recent years, Keanu Reeves has made headlines for openly criticizing the growing corporatization of the film and TV industries, which often prioritize profit over artistic integrity and expression. He's called out big studios for focusing more on creating franchises than on telling original stories, claiming that having just a few studios controlling everything stifles creativity. While many creatives appreciate his social awareness, it has made some studio executives uncomfortable, leading to his isolation from Hollywood's power players. But it's not just his opinions about filmmaking that have stirred the pot. Keanu's behavior off-screen has also raised eyebrows. While many of his peers dive headfirst into the glitzy Hollywood lifestyle, Keanu stands out as a bit of a rebel. He's notoriously private, living a simple life and avoiding the flashy excesses typically associated with stardom. He often donates to worthy causes without seeking the spotlight, which fans admire. However, some in the industry interpret his kindness as a subtle jab at Hollywood's extravagance. Even with the challenges he's faced, Keanu has remained committed to pursuing projects that reflect his values. His dedication to authenticity has inspired countless people, showing that success doesn't have to come at the cost of compromise. As his journey continues, it's clear that Keanu's legacy won't be defined by whether Hollywood accepts him. Instead, it will be shaped by the positive impact he has on fans, colleagues, and up-and-coming creatives. Regardless of Hollywood's response, Keanu's career stands as a powerful reminder of the importance of staying true to oneself amid constant external pressures. Keanu's independent spirit. When you think about Hollywood, Keanu Reeves is a breath of fresh air. He's never been one to embrace the celebrity lifestyle. While many actors love to flaunt their fame, Keanu has always preferred to keep a low profile, shunning the glitz and glamour that often come with stardom. He's not one for wild parties or chasing after extravagant pleasures. Instead, he chooses a simple, grounded life. This independent streak has set him apart from his peers, making him a fan favorite but also casting him as someone who doesn't quite fit into the Hollywood mold. One of the clearest signs of Keanu's independence is how he approaches his film projects. Unlike many actors who let directors and producers take the reins, Keanu likes to be hands-on, getting involved from the very beginning to the very end. He's famous for taking on intense training to perform many of his own stunts, mastering fight scenes and action sequences. This dedication to detail is a rarity in the film industry, which often focuses more on the shooting than on the artistic vision behind a film. While he asserts his right to choose the roles he plays and the films he's involved in, this has sometimes put him at odds with studio executives, who may not appreciate his desire for quality over convenience. Yet, this commitment only strengthens his image as an actor willing to stand up for what he believes in, rather than taking the easy way out. The significance Keanu Reeves places on the roles he portrays further highlights his independent spirit. Unlike many actors who chase box office hits or accept roles solely for financial gain, Keanu carefully selects projects that resonate with him personally, even if that means passing up more lucrative opportunities. This selective approach has led him to take on a diverse range of films, from mainstream blockbusters like The Matrix to more experimental indie projects. His willingness to embrace challenges and portray eccentric yet captivating characters has garnered him a loyal fan base, but it has also distanced him from a Hollywood system that often prioritizes formulaic plots and profit over artistic integrity. Reeves's independence extends beyond his on-screen choices. It permeates his ideology as well. He is well known for his generosity, often donating significant portions of his income to charities and those in need, without seeking recognition or accolades for his kindness. In an industry that frequently values wealth and power, such humility is a rarity. This straightforward appreciation for life and his philanthropic actions have endeared him to many, even if they can't fully grasp his unconventional perspective. Though Keanu manages to navigate the demands of modern society with grace, his quiet disdain for the superficial aspects of Hollywood has set him apart from other leading actors. His ability to remain authentic in both his professional and personal life is undoubtedly an asset, allowing him to stay true to his values. However, this very independence has also contributed to the challenges he faces within the Hollywood landscape. Clashing with Hollywood power players. Keanu Reeves's unwavering independence has frequently led to tensions between him and influential figures within the Hollywood film industry. One notable instance occurred during the production of a high-budget film, where Keanu openly criticized the treatment of stunt performers and crew members. As an actor who frequently performs his own stunts, he holds deep respect for those who work tirelessly behind the scenes to bring action sequences to life. His advocacy for fair wages and better working conditions, however, placed him at odds with studio executives focused primarily on minimizing costs. While many crew members viewed Keanu's stance as heroic, the same could not be said for the studio heads, who were tasked with managing the film's budget. This conflict was further intensified by Reeves's growing dissatisfaction with the industry's shift toward prioritizing commercial success over artistic integrity. He has repeatedly voiced his frustration with the trend of relying on action heroes, superhero franchises, and other formulaic narratives that dominate the market, arguing that such an approach stifles creativity and original storytelling. Though his criticisms resonate with many artists who share his concerns, they have created friction with studio executives who profit from these conventional archetypes. Keanu's determination to challenge these norms has inevitably strained his relationships with the very individuals in power, leading to unnecessary rifts in his dealings with the upper echelons of Hollywood. This clash between his values and the industry's priorities highlights the complexities of navigating fame while remaining true to one's principles. Keanu Reeves's strong desire for ownership over his work is another factor that has led to multiple conflicts with producers and directors. While many actors are content to follow the visions laid out by studios or directors, Reeves is driven to express himself through narrative and storytelling. His involvement extends beyond mere performance. He actively engages in writing, crafting character arcs, and sometimes shaping the overall direction of a film. This desire for creative control has often caused friction, particularly since some industry professionals prefer that actors focus solely on their performances without becoming entangled in the broader creative process. As a result, Keanu has earned a reputation as problematic or overbearing, with some viewing his insistence on collaboration as a disruption to the creative environment. His unwillingness to play the game or engage in the ingratiating behavior that is often expected in Hollywood sets him apart from many of his peers. While other stars maintain their relevance by navigating the intricacies of relationships with producers and stakeholders, Keanu has consistently resisted these norms. He tends to avoid the toxic work environments and patronage systems that characterize many Hollywood careers. This refusal to conform to the expectations of the industry makes it challenging for studios to manage him as they do with other actors. While some fans admire his principled stance, such principles can also be perceived as a betrayal of the very structures that support an actor's rise in the industry. Consequently, the tensions Keanu has faced with Hollywood power players have significantly widened the chasm between him and mainstream cinema, illustrating the complexities of remaining true to oneself while navigating a system that often rewards conformity over individuality. His stand on creative freedom. For quite some time, Keanu Reeves has championed the right of individuals to create without restrictions. This principle has positioned him against the increasingly commercialized and rigid landscape of Hollywood, where franchises and remakes dominate. In an industry often driven by profit rather than artistic integrity, Reeves has voiced his discontent, emphasizing that films should be more than mere vehicles for repetition or superficial spectacle. He believes that empathy and genuine artistic expression should be at the core of filmmaking. This perspective has resonated with many filmmakers and audiences who share his passion for creativity, yet it has also made him susceptible to criticism from those who prefer conventional cinema, entertainment that minimizes risk and adheres to established formulas. His stance on artistic freedom contrasts sharply with the mainstream appetite for pure entertainment, which often prioritizes box office returns over innovation and originality. A prime example of Reeves's commitment to creative expression can be found in his involvement with the Matrix film series. From the very beginning, Keanu was drawn to the project not only for its groundbreaking fight choreography, but also for the profound philosophy and intellectual depth woven into its narrative. This alignment with a story that challenges norms and stimulates thought further illustrates his dedication to fostering creativity and advocating for artistic exploration in an industry that often seems resistant to such ideals. Keanu was bolstered by the Wachowskis in their shared vision of creating films that balanced breathtaking spectacles with thought-provoking content. This desire for well-crafted storytelling has characterized Keanu's career. Yet it has also led to friction with film studios, which often prefer to produce straightforward and shallow narratives rather than risk investment in more artistic endeavors. Producers and studio executives have consistently attempted to rein in Reeves's creative inclinations, particularly with high-budget projects. Keanu's character compels him to engage in artistic works that align with his principles rather than chase easy money. His disinterest in Hollywood's prevailing trend of locked-in franchises, soft reboots, and repetitive storylines has positioned him as an outsider in a creatively stagnant industry. By advocating for original content and resisting studio interference in film narratives, Reeves has garnered admiration from indie filmmakers and fellow artists, even as he distances himself from the traditional power dynamics of Hollywood. However, Keanu's battles extended beyond his passion for artistic expression. He has also fought for the often overlooked crew and actors who contribute to film productions. This advocacy wasn't merely a cause for him, it was a deeply held belief. Yet it raises the question, did his role as a champion for the underrepresented ultimately contribute to the rift between him and Hollywood's power players? Advocacy for fair treatment. Keanu Reeves has long been an outspoken advocate for equality in the film industry, particularly for those who labor behind the scenes, such as crew members and stunt actors who bring filmmakers' visions to life. As an actor who performs many of his own stunts in action films, Reeves holds a deep respect for those working tirelessly to create thrilling motion sequences. He has passionately campaigned for better working conditions and fair remuneration for these often overlooked individuals, recognizing the harsh realities many face, including inadequate pay, or at times not being compensated at all. And his commitment to championing the rights of the not-so-public members of Tinseltown has garnered admiration from various industry professionals. However, it has also raised concerns among studio management focused on minimizing expenses. A notable instance occurred during the filming of a major Hollywood movie when Reeves became frustrated with the producer's dismissive attitude toward stunt performers and crew members. He publicly acknowledged that these vital contributors were not being treated with the respect, adequate pay, or safety they deserved. By prioritizing the well-being of the crew over studio profits, Reeves not only elevated their interests, but also created tension with the production houses, illustrating his willingness to confront the industry's status quo in pursuit of fairness and dignity for all workers. This advocacy earned Keanu Reeves respect among many on set, but also sparked conflicts with management, who viewed his actions as excessive and unproductive. His commitment to labor rights extends beyond mere rhetoric. He has consistently raised concerns about the pay and working hours of every individual involved in a film, from makeup artists to lighting technicians. Unlike many actors who focus solely on their own careers, Reeves has repeatedly stepped in to advocate for those without a voice during such discussions. Most notably, he has been known to reduce his fees in certain instances to ensure that those in less prominent roles, particularly in technical positions, receive fairer compensation. This level of compassion and commitment to equity underscores Reeves's positive reputation within the industry, which often overlooks the contributions of non-celebrity personnel. In a landscape where the spotlight is typically fixed on the stars, his actions reflect a profound awareness of the collaborative nature of filmmaking and the importance of acknowledging all contributors. Keanu's support for independent filmmaking. Keanu Reeves's support for independent filmmaking, both on-screen and off-screen, reflects his deep commitment to expressive art and storytelling. Unlike many A-list actors who are primarily drawn to big-budget films, Reeves often opts for smaller, avant-garde projects that offer greater artistic freedom. For him, it's not merely about finding interesting characters to portray. It's about championing a type of filmmaking that prioritizes creativity over commercial success. Reeves has long maintained that true art includes the possibility of failure. He has participated in indie films that empower writers, directors, and actors to unleash their creativity, free from the constraints of traditional Hollywood. Not only does he act in these films, but he also takes on producer roles for projects that require support to come to fruition. A prime example is Side by Side, 2012, a documentary he produced and narrated which explores the transition from film to digital filmmaking. Through this involvement, Reeves emphasizes his desire to actively participate in the artistic process rather than simply promote it. He leverages his name to advocate for indie projects that might otherwise go unnoticed, fostering a spirit of collaboration with talented filmmakers who prioritize creativity over profitability. This inclination has led him to work with directors who value artistic integrity, resulting in some of the most compelling and thought-provoking films of his career. Whether engaging in low-budget horror films or experimental genres, Keanu embraces projects that challenge his acting abilities and storytelling techniques. He positions himself among those actors whose focus extends beyond performance to include the appreciation and validation of artistic concepts within independent cinema. His stance against Hollywood's corporate control. Keanu Reeves has been a vocal critic of the increasing commercialization of the film industry, garnering both critics and admirers. As Hollywood shifts towards a profit-driven model focused on building franchises, he expresses concern over the detrimental impact this trend has on filmmakers' creativity. Reeves argues that a filmmaking culture centered around blockbusters and linear narrative techniques stifles innovation and artistic expression. He believes that the essence of motion pictures should not solely revolve around maximizing box office returns, but rather embrace the artistic journey of storytelling. Reeves positions himself as a maverick hero, especially among those who feel pressured to prioritize profit over artistry. His reluctance to conform to a corporate-first model sets him apart in an industry increasingly dominated by financial considerations. His criticism extends beyond the content of films to the very structure of Hollywood itself, highlighting the monopolistic tendencies of a few powerful studios. He openly denounces this gatekeeping system, which allows individuals with little artistic vision to dictate which films are produced and which directors are entrusted with projects. This power dynamic, according to Reeves, constrains the variety of projects that get funded, as studios typically prefer economically viable, low-risk ventures, while shying away from innovative or unconventional stories. By challenging these practices, Reeves advocates for a more diverse and artistically driven film industry, one that values creative expression over corporate profits. Keanu Reeves has articulated a strong case for greater transparency and autonomy in decision-making within the film industry, resonating with many creatives who share similar frustrations. One of his primary concerns centers around the escalating corporatism in film production and distribution, particularly in the realm of streaming services. As platforms like Netflix and Disney Plus gain dominance, a data-centric model is emerging, where filmmakers rely heavily on viewer engagement patterns to determine the types of films to produce. Reeves argues that this trend is detrimental, transforming movies into mere industrial commodities rather than allowing filmmakers to create genuine works of art for their audiences. He expresses concern that data-driven practices will prioritize conventional, baseline-tested content over innovative and experimental storytelling. This focus on profitability, rather than artistic expression, threatens to stifle creativity and limit the diversity of narratives that can be explored in film. By standing against this technological emphasis that currently governs Hollywood operations, Reeves advocates for a more supportive environment for independent filmmakers. He believes that a shift away from purely profit-driven motives is essential for fostering a culture that values artistic integrity and innovation, encouraging filmmakers to take risks and push the boundaries of storytelling. Fallout with studio heads. Keanu Reeves' aversion to the creative constraints imposed by the modern Hollywood system has led to notable tensions with certain studio heads. While his talent and grounded demeanor have earned him widespread respect, his unwillingness to conform to Hollywood's unspoken rules has turned some former allies into adversaries. Over the years, Reeves has been vocal in criticizing studio practices, particularly their emphasis on profit over artistic integrity. This clash of ideals, combined with his steadfastness, has strained relationships with influential figures in the industry, who often expect loyalty and collaboration from successful actors. Among the many feuds in Hollywood, one notable incident occurred during the filming of a prominent action movie, where Reeves reportedly clashed with studio management multiple times. His desire for a more significant creative rank, particularly regarding the integration of narrative and action sequences, was met with resistance. The studio, focused on budgets and marketing, dismissed his suggestions, leading to a stalemate. Reeves's insistence on prioritizing the quality of the project over the financial concerns of the studio ultimately resulted in his fallout with them, leading to his exclusion from major films in the years that followed. Despite these conflicts with powerful Hollywood figures, Keanu Reeves' influence has only grown. His career has been marked by unexpected twists, and his legacy stands apart from many of his contemporaries. Keanu Reeves, a unique journey in Hollywood. In the annals of Hollywood history, Keanu Reeves is characterized by tenacity, sincerity, and diligence. His commitment to artistic expression and advocacy for fair treatment in the industry has set him apart as a unique figure. Rather than compromising his principles for commercial success, Reeves has chosen to navigate his career on his own terms, seeking out projects that align with his values. His ability to maintain integrity while facing the pressures of a profit-driven industry has garnered admiration from both fans and fellow artists. Through his efforts in supporting independent filmmaking and advocating for the rights of crew members and stunt performers, Reeves has cemented his status as not only a talented actor, but also a champion for the underrepresented in the film industry. This dual focus on artistic integrity and social advocacy has allowed him to carve out a niche that transcends traditional Hollywood dynamics, making him a beloved and respected figure both on and off the screen. From his breakout role in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure to iconic performances in The Matrix and John Wick, Keanu Reeves has captivated audiences around the world. What sets him apart from many other Hollywood stars is not just his filmography, but his genuine character. A rare blend of warmth, compassion, and kindness in an industry often dominated by glamour and materialism. Reeves is known for championing those who often go unnoticed, such as stunt performers and the support crew. He actively advocates for the voiceless within the film industry, demonstrating a commitment to social justice that enhances his public image as an extraordinary yet relatable figure. His dedication to various causes, both personal and professional, contributes significantly to the perception of him as an authentic star who remains grounded despite his fame. Moreover, Keanu's legacy is marked by his steadfast adherence to his principles, often choosing artistic integrity over commercial success, unlike many of his peers who may compromise their values for the sake of popularity. Reeves has remained true to himself, even when faced with challenges in an industry that frequently rewards conformity. To his fans, he represents more than just an actor. He is also an activist and a symbol of integrity. This unwavering authenticity has resonated with audiences, fostering a deep admiration for him as an individual. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this exploration of Keanu Reeves's journey in Hollywood, please give this video a thumbs up and share your thoughts in the comments section. We'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for updates on our latest videos. And before you go, be sure to check out our next video by tapping the screen to continue watching. Until next time.